All right, I think it's time to continue on this project a little bit. I want to get it driving so that I can move it around and not have it sitting in the way. So I already did some stuff we'll talk about in a minute, but we'll get started on the project right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man, Scrapyard Super 77. Yeah, we've been working on it. Unfortunately, it's windy again, so I don't think that we will, I don't know, hopefully that doesn't bother you. But anyway, there were several things I wanted to do. One thing was get an exhaust pipe in this manifold, and after much to do, I finally succeeded. I'll show you some footage of how that went. See, this is the behind the scenes sort of stuff that you may or may not see. But I thought, hey, instead of getting a different manifold, why not just recut the threads in this one? So that's what I've been doing. And it is not for the faint of heart, I'm here to tell you. It is a struggle, friends. It's a struggle to get it started. Because typically, what has happened here is it was run without a pipe or loose for so long that carbon has built up in places, or whatever you want to call it, exhaust, gas, particles, I don't know. And it makes it almost impossible to start this tap. And I finally got it, and it looks like I got it cut all the way through. They aren't very good threads, but they are threads. And I'm hoping it's good enough to do this number here. Luckily, pipe threads are tapered, so, you know. There, see, it's not really grabbing. And that is troublesome, because that's not going to go. So I might have to cut them deeper. Well, there we go. Maybe it's going now. I just had to complain and threaten it. And what would really work dandy is when it gets red hot to then turn it tighter, because it's probably not going to stay like this, you know. And it would also help if you had the right size pipe wrench and all that kind of stuff, but we don't do that here. We roll with whatever tool is nearest to us. And that's how she goes. But what's going to happen is, when it heats up like running, it's going to loosen up. So we'll have to revisit it later. But ta-da! We now have a manifold pipe in here, and I don't have to keep putting that lawnmower spindle over the hole. Next thing I would like to do is knock that freeze plug out, or remnants thereof, so I can get more. I believe that they're inch, but I'd rather get that one out first and see what befalls us. Yep, rust. Not gonna come out of there, is it? It's just gonna destruct. See, that's not really. That plug turned totally to dust. Well, I never actually had one of those plugs out before, because the head shop guy always would do it. But there's just a little lip in there for it to sit on, and I hope I haven't destroyed it. I didn't do it any favors in that one spot. And I wonder, should I knock some of these others out and go with them? Well, I don't know that that's necessary. What is necessary though, and I don't know that I'll be able to do that, I dropped a screw down in there when I was doing the thing. We'll probably just ignore that. Anyway, so there you go. We got a pipe in there. But then that was a long time ago, so I put the sheet metal back on, and now we're gonna take the sheet metal back off because I went to town and I managed to find a freeze plug I think that will fix our problem in the head. Sure, it's a lot of fun to take stuff on and off, but that's the way she goes. Something ain't right now. Why won't you come up over the... There we go. All right, so this sadness was what held us up previously. I actually dropped a screw in there and it's long gone, so hopefully that doesn't creep up to hurt us. It shouldn't be able to go anywhere except potentially float to the water pump, lock it up and ruin everything, but I don't know. All right, I brought two along. I'm pretty sure that this is the one. I don't want to drop it in there right away. Then I'll do exactly that thing. But anyway, it measures an inch, but what's weird about it is the part number shows that it has what do I want to say, the part number shows that this is a 3/4, and that's weird. 550.012 is listed as 3/4, but that's not what it measured, so I don't get what's happening there. Unless they change numbers or something. I just don't know. Anywho's, I'm doing too many things at once because people keep calling. I'm trying to keep it all straight. Also, we're fighting the sun going down because once again, I've been working all day on other stuff, trying to maximize efficiency, you see. And so, I'm gonna try this, one that I got from town. And I'm just going to put that on. I'm putting a little sealer on it. That might be the wrong thing to do. That should go in there. Come on. I think it is the one. Get in there. We just got to get it started. Come on, you baby doll. Oh, what to do? Come on. There we go. I would say that that will seal it up, and that wasn't exactly pretty. I should have probably ground on that freeze plug a little bit or something, or I don't know. But that's going to hold it. And then what if it doesn't hold it? What it'll do is it'll provide enough that that stuff has something to grab onto. So we're going to walk away from that now before we cause more harm than good. But I did bring another one just in case it was the next size smaller, and yeah, that wouldn't have went in there. That's too loose. So I don't know what the deal is with the part numbers. I just know that it should have been an inch, and I found one that measured an inch and I put it in there. Now we're going to switch gears to the back half of the tractor. So we'll probably put all the sheet metal instantly back on and then go work on the back half, maybe. Hopefully that's the last time we take the hood off for a while. So the next thing we need to do when you're at 8% battery is drain the rear end and the transmission. And I brought along some diesel fuel, and we're going to fill it full of diesel fuel, see? And then that way when we drive it around eventually, it will wash up all of that nastiness. But before we do that, or as we're draining, I want to run a tap through all these bolt holes get this a little bit more better. I mean, some of them are pretty well full of schmutz, and that needs to go away. Because if you recall, this was open in the yard with a piece of rubber over it. And I'm amazed that there is even liquid in there because the thing was flipped around so much. I would say that was in the transmission compartment, and then it worked its way back as it got smushed. All right. We need to, I don't know what I just threw over, but hopefully it'll be fine. Yeah, this is gonna make a bad mess for you. Probably should shield your eyes. All right, well, some of these are through holes and some of them are not. And we're mainly concerned with the ones that are not, but we're gonna just go ahead and tap them all just to be sure. I don't know what's happened to my tip. I've got a double stream. Don't you hate that in the morning when you have that problem? The double stream? Well, it's no fun at 7 o'clock at night either, is it? We're gonna live dangerous. We're just gonna run the drill through it. Or not drill, impact. That way when it starts to hammer it home, did I do this one? Anyway, when it starts to hammer home, then you know you got her. That one go that way. We did them all. Okay, that worked. Now we're gonna drain out the nastiness. Then we're gonna figure out where to go from here. I don't have, oh, okay, I see where they would have been. This tractor's missing the brake locks, so we'll have to get us a set of those or dig through our stash and find some. But we should be able to put those on later. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Junkyard tractor. Junkyard tractor. We're gonna get it. We're just going to waste an entire can of brake clean now. Try to wash some of all the chunks to the bottom. And then you probably don't need to watch me drain oil because you're about out of battery, but what I'll do is I'll drain out that nasty oil, and then I'll fill her full of diesel fuel, and then I'll bolt this cover down on, and then she'll be ready to play with. And after we wash it a while, then we'll drain it out and put the good stuff in. But we got to start somewhere, and that where is here. So sure, I can't believe you're still with me at 1%, but front compartment first. Sure. You're only along as long as you stay charged. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna come out. Water. Oh yes, that's good for it. You know, water's good for it. Don't let anybody tell you different. That's okay. I wonder if we should let her drip a little bit. That's pretty well out. We'll fill her full of the fuel, and then we'll see what happens. Sure. Got to see what I'm doing. Hitch bolt's loose, I see. Sure. I should have just let it run on the ground. It's just water. That would make sense. But the other day when I fished around in it, it wasn't water. It had some oily properties. Maybe that all floated to the top. Yeah, that's a bunch of water. Oh, there's some chunkage. Chunkage, that's what we like. I should probably save this bucket of stuff and then dig through it and see if that chunks was metal. I hope they weren't, but you never know. Could be a garbage rear end. I don't know. We don't know that yet. There we go. All right, I got a little crazy with the diesel fuel. That's a little too much, but some of it should end up back in the front compartment. You know, that's where it needs to go. It'll need to go through that input shaft bearing, and then see if it was driving, it would flip a lot of it up, and then it'll even out, friends. Don't worry about that. But it's in there. So I'm gonna put the lid down. The GoPro, of course, died, and I'm too lazy to go get another battery at this point of the evening. I'm too lazy to even wipe the bird crab off of this piece. You know, we're gonna have this off again. So there's really no need to be so overly particular. And truth be told, we really need to find a better one of these covers. This is a junkyard cover that I took off of another tractor and threw in the scrap pile because it's missing half of it. Somebody cut it off because they didn't want to have to struggle to get it off the tractor, and that was stupid, you know. So feels kind of like there might be a clutch. I don't know, but now it's the fun process of trying to get the bolt holes to line up, one-handed no less, which probably isn't going to happen, as this is most likely a two-hand job. Yeah, see, right there is where it needs to go. It's an art fitting sheet metal, especially when it's old, especially when it's been in the junkyard for 20-some years. So, sure, you don't need to watch a guy put bolts in. You get the idea. But that's the next step of the process, and then, I mean, we're getting close to where we could potentially drive it, so that's what I'm after. All right, it's getting to be where we're gonna have to table our little playtime projects like this in favor of stuff that we actually need to farm with. But I do want to say that I drove it once before that time happens that we have to leave it sit, and it should be just darn near ready for that. I want to drain the oil out because it's been compromised with moisture, probably some that was trapped inside of the engine, and change the filter again. And then I'm going to put water in it now, which will hopefully stay there. And we can put that magical K-seal in there and hopefully get it to where it's not dumping water into the oil or anything as fast as it can go. And if it leaks a little out of the side of that crack in the block, so be it. We'll deal with that later. I want I want to see her go, just for, even if for a little bit, off. Hopefully it doesn't roll over me, because I put air in that dual that we're using as a rear tire, and it I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's a lot more rollable now than it was. I guess I should let you see what it looks like. It should be mostly oil, but there will be a slug of water probably. It's kind of a little bit of a milky haze, and I think that happened partially the stuff that was in the engine, because when it started pumping through there, it found some not so pretty oil, is what I'm saying. So I should probably, well, I think I have a rag over here on the other side. Let's put us on a new oil filter here. Yep. That should be good enough for what we're doing. The one nice thing is, the first batch of oil at least did some cleaning in there, so, you know, that's okay if we wasted a little. It did a very important job of getting the year's worth of moisture and crap out of the passageways. Okay, let's pour some more in. It wasn't horrible looking, the oil that came out of there, but it did have moisture in it. So this will be nice and clean again. It probably could use a little more. Might as well water down a lot of oil instead of just a little bit. Let's put a little more gas in it. I don't want to run out while we're playing, but I also don't want to put a bunch in here that's just going to sit there and go bad. We'll put a little in there though. Also, a surprise for you, I readjusted the governor, so it should run a lot better. Alright, water. Wonder how quick it'll mix into the oil. Hopefully not too quick. This time it should last longer than... And if you're going to say, why straight water? Well, because then we can drain it out, but also, if it does mix with the oil, straight water won't hurt bearings like antifreeze will. I know you're not supposed to, but I think I'm going to go ahead and pour that stuff in. That way it's headed to parts unknown. Oh, yuck. The wind just blew a slug of it right in my face. That's great. Because the wind has to pick up now to 14 miles an hour. Just water. That's ridiculous. That flew all over me. Well, that don't look very good, does it? I'm going to grab a new radiator cap too, because that's not good. Oh, we're farther along than we were last time. Alright. That should be under zero pressure, but let's take off our stuff. Let's put our battery cable on. Rickety like. That's gonna pop off of there right when we're trying to drive. But what else is new, you know? Run. We need to tie our choke back a little. Yeah, our choke isn't gonna play ball with us, but if it looks stupid but it works, is it stupid? PTO's running. Will the PTO stop? Yes. Too much choke. But it sounds a lot better now, doesn't it? Sounds like a tractor. Is it spraying water again somewhere? Shouldn't be. Our freeze plug's holding. Our water pump's not dripping. I'm scared to look in here, but who knows? We have no seat. This is super dangerous. Don't try this at home. We have a clutch. I need to set you down. This is not smart. Here we go. Let's let it roll. Oh, that ain't gonna work. Technical difficulties. Okay, well, we got a problem here. Steering wheel hits the throttle. Come on. And now I gotta jump off. Sure, that's fine. Well, I'm not understanding what's happening here. Get out of this bind. Whoa! Perfect, in the mud hole. That's fine. Oh, key on. Alright, now we'll try the super dangerous drive. No fenders, no safety of any kind. What? What just happened? Uh-oh. There's something majorly going down. Electrical. Oh. Well, that's not cool. That was not fun at all. It's almost like it doesn't want to run or drive. The steering shaft caught the wire that I've never had that happen before. It caught the wire that was running to the coil, pulled it out, and then I don't know. Friends, now we got to do some wire. Never had that happen before. It drive like 6 feet. It rolled part of that. I can't believe that this is something that happened. I heard it shorting out. It's a good thing it didn't. Light that gas tank on fire. That would be bad. All right. I got it looped up in a way where it is sure to chafe against something now. That's kind of melty though, so maybe I need to just shorten it up some more. See, if I do this right, I'll have the wire cut into where it'll be sure to start a fire. And we did all this work and there's no insurance on this tractor, so have to call them real quick and say, hey, I got one I want to add. And they'll say, can we come look at it? And I'll say, well, why don't I just send you some pictures of it? Well, let's put it that way. That's the way it was. I'm so excited right now that I'm going to do something stupid and end up killing myself. So I have to be careful. That should probably also be tied up. There are so many things rigged to make this possible for you. Okay, tractor, no matter what's wrong with you, I've got the magical healing thing. If it was good enough for Grandpa, good enough for me. Tie a twine string to it. Now, our new grill is safe until that catches a wheel and pulls it out of there. Sure. Okay, take 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I don't know. I don't think I can sit on a bucket and steer. I might be wrong. Boy, that's super sketchy. I think I'd rather stand. I can't believe the clutch was. Come on, tractor. There we go. There you go, junkyard tractor. First drive, and however, probably would have been good if I'd have put another good tire on it, but no fender. Hopefully she don't start to knocking. She's a wild horse. Got a hot can. Second gear. Well, we got at least 2 gears. I don't know if I'm brave enough to go road gear with the way I'm doing here, but This thing was totally dead just a couple weeks ago, and I'm driving it around now. I mean, I brought them back from the dead, but this was dead for a long time. Let's stop there a minute. This was not a good plan I had. No brakes, no lock. Oh, the diesel fuel found its way to the axle seals. Cool. Oh, what a thing. The number 5 cylinder it's left the chat a long time ago, I think. It's pretty, that's the one that was so bad. Yeah. But it runs and drives. How about that? So, anyway, yeah, this is fun. I mean, it needs overhauled bad. That's very obvious. I knew that would be the case, but I mean, it's running and driving tractor that was in a junkyard. What more can you expect, friends? I mean, I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I got everything else to bring it on home, you know, so it's complete. But I don't know, I might have to just take it to a show just like this, you know. That's something. But yeah, I mean, progress, baby steps, you know. Rome wasn't built out of hay or whatever. So over time, you see, that's what we'll do. But I'm pumped, you know. I've had more fun with that than, you know, buying a nice restored one. This is a lot of fun. So sure, now that we've had it this far, we're gonna hopefully we'll address that crack in the block at some point, because we'll have to do that to overhaul it, you know. Probably need to work on getting the rest of that moisture out of the oil. I don't know if there's some trash in the pan. I can kind of see, like, I don't know. I don't think it's all coming from sleeves. Otherwise it would be a lot more aggressive than that. Oh, I forgot that wasn't bolted on. That rode around the whole time. So that is neat, you know. I guess we'll call this one here. This might be the last video of this for a while because I got bigger fish to fry. But I did want to say that I was able to drive it, you know. That's pretty cool. So we'll continue on slowly, you know. We'll gather parts and we'll just do the usual. We'll make it more better. And I don't know, maybe someday it'll be at a show near you. I don't know. But a Super 77 gas that was left for dead is now slightly not dead. It's still got a long way to go, but it's in a better direction than it was headed. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this one here. Do you suffer from low intelligence and are easily entertained? Well, then hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment. And that way we can keep making entertainment that your feeble minds can understand. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.